Let me throw this one out because it comes with a soundbite here. We have a Kevin Garnett from Saturday. Let's do it.
Yep.
To the Timberwolves organization, to Kevin McHale, who's here. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Flip. Rest in peace. For teaching me, for helping me. Sam Mitchell, to being a constant brother. Sam Cassell, being an annoying ass in my ear all these years. To Gary Trent, the biggest piece of work I know. To Troy Hudson, Trent Hassel, real friends that I have today. My only regret with Minnesota is that I didn't get to bring a championship, but like I said, I look forward to rebuilding Minneapolis, and I wanted to say thank you to the city and to the state. Thank you, Minnesota.
That was KG getting inducted. He was the leadoff hitter at the Hall of Fame induction, the Basketball Hall of Fame, and so his comment about rebuilding Minneapolis. Now I know that he's been donating a lot of money, and he's been, since the George Floyd murder, he's been involved financially. But it left some people to wonder, does he mean something more than that? Does he know something, or is he just talking about literally rebuilding from some of the things that happened a year ago? But my statement is, especially after watching that, and it's kind of emotional. You grow up, like my age, I grew up KG and Randy Moss. I grew up in that era, and they were my favorite players growing up. So my statement is more of a call to action for the new ownership group. A-Rod and Marc Lore, please fix this relationship. It should honestly be the first thing, because listen, if Glenn's going to be around for a couple of years showing you the ropes, you'll learn everything you need to learn. The one thing he can't teach you is how to repair the relationship with Kevin Garnett. And so whether it's bringing him in as a sliver of ownership, as a minority owner, or giving him some sort of presence in the front office, he doesn't have to run the team. No, I don't think that's a good idea, but please fix this relationship with Kevin Garnett and bring him back into the fold here with the Timberwolves.
And this, again, is why I am so perplexed and confused by the whole Glenn's going to stick around for 2 years thing.
Dude, get lost.
This is reason number one. Literally. There are a plethora of reasons for Glenn to step aside and be, I don't know, give him a night before a game or something. That's all great. But the Garnett thing to me is one of your top agenda things of why Glenn needs to go. Because are you going to wait? Because KG, I don't think, is coming back here until Glenn is out. So I don't think he can be like, well, I still... Him. Right, exactly.
He omitted Glenn Taylor and Ray Allen from his, 15 or 20 minute.
The Ray Allen thing's incredible. Yeah. But anyway, the thing with Glenn is this is reason number one for him just to be done and move on and get Garnett back here, get him involved. I bet you Garnett comes back the second Glenn is gone, and you can get the 21 up. In fact, that leads to my next statement, which I think I have hit on an idea that might bring Phil Mackey to tears. This struck me like a bolt of lightning. I think I was sitting in the press box watching another exciting Twins game on Saturday, and this struck me as an idea between the Vikings and Wolves that would leave people from the late 90s, early 2000s absolutely just a puddle, but it'd be great. We need the Vikings and Wolves to work together to retire the numbers 21 and 84 during a weekend on which the Wolves play on a Saturday and the Vikings at home on a Sunday. It would be KG and Moss weekend. It would be absolutely perfect. The generation that grew up with them would love it. Both of them deserve to have their numbers retired ASAP, in my opinion, and they're friends. So what would be more fun than to have Moss be with KG when KG gets his 21 retired, and then the next day at US Bank Stadium, 84 retired, KG is there with Moss. How much fun would that be?
That would be a blast. And really, I mean, it's funny. You might wonder, well, why hasn't that happened for both of those guys yet anyways? Well, the Vikings are just sort of limited until now that they've expanded the number. You can wear whatever number you want now, right? You can be a left tackle wearing number -4. It's not quite that aggressive, but they just they can't retire. They've already got a bunch of numbers retired, right? So they're more of a Ring of Honor organization than a retired number. With the Timberwolves, the only reason is, I don't know, you've alienated the most popular and relevant and only relevant star in franchise history. And I get that some of it's on KG. He is a cantankerous, difficult to deal with person behind the scenes. There's a lot of stories about him treating people poorly behind the scenes over the years with the Wolves. So he is not, I think what people view him as a basketball player and on the court, and just the beloved memories we have of him. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that don't have that same opinion of him off the court. So we have to say that just so it's not all on Glenn Taylor. But I think a Mark Cuban type owner, a Jerry Buss back in the day, they make it work. They make it work. And you keep the relationship alive.
And Moss was a jerk too. These are two of the greatest players to ever play, or in KG's, in his defense, he's the greatest player easily to play for the Wolves, and it's not even close. Like, I don't know where the second guy is, but it's not close. Moss is one of the greatest players and changed the game to play football. So yes, they're cantankerous. They could be jerks. Guess what? I don't care. I didn't like either one that much personally. I don't care. As a sports fan and a person who loves sports, they both deserve this. And in the Wolves case, I will say this. KG prickly, right? I mean, you know that KG's going to be a difficult guy a lot of the time. Think about this. Glenn alienated him twice. And how he did it is very clear. Like, he traded him to Boston, which KG didn't want. He resisted. And he finally traded him, which was great. The break is clean. And then, Phil, the next year, he basically says KG tanked. And then they bring him back, and Flip, God rest his soul, Flip does all of that work to bring back this old man at the time, and still one of the greatest returns in Minnesota sports. And you have finally smoothed over this. I mean, Flip just had done so much work, and you can't find a way to keep him happy?
Dude, imagine after
like, that's on Glenn.
After 10 years of KG dominating, and you failing to put a roster around him for the majority of those years, right? And actively getting 4 first-round picks removed from your organization's stash because you signed a dumbass Joe Smith contract off the books, right? And then at the end of a miserable season, and KG takes 7 games to rest or whatever, like he was just mentally and physically fried, and you say that he tanked it. I mean, like, people forget about that. You know what I think it's time for Glenn to do? Ride off into the sunset. So maybe if you're Glenn Taylor, now that you've sold the team and you can ride off into the sunset on a Harley, a sport bike, a Metric Cruiser, maybe you should go to DennisKirk.com, where there's 160,000 parts and accessories in stock, clothing and helmets as well. We can get Glenn some biker clothing. Order before 8 p.m. and they ship the same day, and shipping is free for orders over $89. All right, I think Glenn can afford something
Glenn
that costs
and
$89. I don't know if we need to see that.
Do we need to see Glenn and Chaps at center court, Target Center?
Just a leather jacket. Just a leather jacket and a helmet. All right? The best in the business, DennisKirk.com. Everything you need for your ride off into the sunset at DennisKirk.com. All right, back to Declan.
I have a more weekend observation statement. If you guys have more Wolves statements, hit them. But otherwise,
no.
I can give you mine.
I got a Twins one, but I don't have a Wolf.
Okay. Actually, because
I'll get you a Wolves one at some point, but it has nothing to do with KG, so you go ahead.
Actually, I think mine will dovetail maybe into a Twins one. It's my statement is naps are essential. So naps are essential. And on Saturday, we'd played 18 right and early.
This is like a 20-person bachelor party you were at, right?
21 dudes. 21 guys.
It's aggressive.
And we were the first tee time, obviously, off the course. Play for 4.5 hours. Drinks start flowing. I come back. Actually, a lot of people come back from the golf course, and some people took some naps. Took like a quick 45-minute power nap. Just a quick one.
That's key.
I'm back. It's like now 2:30, 3 o'clock. Everyone's outside, having a good time drinking. So I start catching up. And then at about 6 o'clock, after about 4 hours a day drinking, I hit my wall. And I know my wall.
Did you take a second nap?
I took a second nap.
Whoa, dude.
At 6:15.
Whoa.
That's smart.
At 6:15.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, and Phil
Very
will love
smart.
this line.
That's a legendary play.
They said the way you were sleeping, because like I was kind of in one of the main bedrooms where like one of the bathrooms is, so like you had to walk by the bed to see me. They said I was laying in there like I was Undertaker in a casket. Like I was legit zonked out. And I woke up at about 8 o'clock, so about like a little less than a 2-hour nap. And I'm ready to go. Let's go to the bar. Here we go. And yeah, I was ready to go after that. So yes, naps are essential.
For you.
2 naps in on Saturday to keep up, and then yesterday, but it was a rough
That is, you have been an innovative content producer at SKOR North, and I think you've innovated in the way that you have pushed seltzer into the Twin Cities market. I have never heard of the 2-nap day drinking strategy,
naps in.
And I love it. I love it.
Because ordinarily, my experience with what you did in my attempts were nap 2 was I was basically done.
Yeah.
So like I might lay down with the intention of, nap 2, I'll just sleep for a little while. It turned into, oh my God, it's midnight. So that is impressive. Now, did you set an alarm to end nap 2, or did you just wake up?
I woke up. I woke up like an hour and 40 minutes later.
Oh,
Wow,
see, that's real.
yeah.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Did anyone else take 2 naps?
Yes, we
Okay.
discussed this at brunch on Sunday morning. Everyone before we left, it was like, who else? Because Declan took 2 naps. Because they took one look at me about 6 o'clock. I think one buddy's like, dude, you need to go to sleep like right now. This isn't gonna work.
How bad were you?
I was in. I did a dizzy bat. It was. Do you know what dizzy bat is, Judd?
No idea.
Is
Dizzy
that where
bat
you you bend over and put your forehead on a bat and turn around?
Spin. And well, first you have to. So what you do is you fill a wiffle ball bat of your beverage.
Oh, see, I didn't know.
And
that
for
part.
how.
You put
You
the
fill-
beverage in the wiffle ball bat?
Yeah, like you cut the top of the bat off. So like there's like looks it's like a cup.
See, I did not know this
Fill
part.
the bat, and then for how many seconds it takes you to chug it, that's how many spins you have to do on the bat.
Oh my God.
And then you have to swing. I took one after I had 7, so I had to do 7 swings. So it took me 7 seconds. And by the time I got in my batting stance, I fell right on my keister and I almost fell down the hill. But
Wow.
I got back up and then I hit it. It was fine.
What
It
a
was fine.
performance, man. I
Thank
got to
you.
say, like, now that I turned 36 later this week, and I think, like, comparing now to 10 years ago, you're in your late 20s, right? 27, 28.
28.
And Judd's in his early 50s now, and so you go through these evolutions of what you can handle. And I remember in college, like, I could get up for a Gopher football game, kegs and eggs at 6 or 7 o'clock.
Right.
Drink your brains out until an 11 o'clock kickoff. And then, like, after the game's over, you go bar hopping around. Like, no nap, and you're just drinking from 7 a.m. until 2 in the morning, and then you wake up the next day like nothing happened, right? If I start drinking, if I have a
impressive,
Bloody
man.
Mary at brunch now, if I have a Bloody Mary at brunch, or like 2 mimosas or something, 100% need a nap by like 2 or 3 o'clock. And so I try to avoid starting drinking until later in the day, because once I start drinking, I have like a 4 or 5 hour clock on me before I get super tired. And that's where I'm at now in my mid-30s. It's very pathetic and sad.
It gets worse, man.
Yeah, I know.
Not better.
I know that what I did on set, like I only had maybe a couple more years
Yeah.
of the 2 nap lifestyle.
Here's what I
before
don't
it
get
becomes
though.
A full slumber.
So like the 2 naps, I respect. More power to you. The drinking,
legendary.
I respect. The dizzy bat thing, eliminate the games. You don't need to do
No,
that.
Games are the best, dude. I
No,
love
they're
this.
not.
Judd's
No,
wrong
they're
on
not.
this. Judd's
Bunch of
wrong on
flip-
this.
I hate
Bunch of Flip Cup. We ran the table on Flip Cup on Friday.
See,
It was great.
No,
I love me some Flip Cup.
No,
Flip Cup
I
also.
know.
Flip Cup shows you which of your friends can handle pressure and which ones
Yep.
melt. You know?
100%.
It's all on you. Hey, you got a 3-cup lead. You just have to. You're the last flipper. You just got.
Except there's one problem there. There's one problem because you're technically right, but my experience is this: dude bros do flip cup a lot in practice. And so, like, a guy like me who's like, games are stupid, I do it, and I'm like, let's just stop, let's just drink. And dude bro's like, no, man, we got to do more flip cup.
Well, you
and they're
scared, Zogan?
practiced.
You
They're
coward?
practiced at it. No, here's the thing. Dude bro, you're a spectator in life. Accept it and let's go drink.
Wow, dude.
I mean, you're seriously going to be, the odds are so
Spectator.
high that you're going to be sitting behind a desk in 10 years or in 5 years and looking at the clock, okay? So let's just pretend like it's happy hour now and not do the damn flip cup.
That's his moment of glory right there.
No, I
challenge
know.
you
And
to
I'm
a
trying
flip
to
cup duel.
And I'm trying to say achieve better than that, dude, bro.
Amazing.
I
gotta
want
say,
better than
man,
that. Okay.
Wow, the 2 nap. Yeah, the second nap usually just
that's-
means your day is over.
No.
And not
That's
for
impressive,
Declan, man.
Dex.
Nope.
3
Yeah.
drinking shifts.
Bow down to
I
Declan.
do know, like I said, it's the limit. You got to know your
Well,
limit.
still.
And I can put, despite my frail, tiny little teenage size, I can put back drinks, but I know the ceiling.
Yeah.
I know the ceiling
Thanks,
of what
Jason
I can and can't
Tyner.
do. You're welcome.
Yeah. Hey, we're of the 21 guys out there. Anybody rocking the PXG clubs? Any
Yes, there was
PXG
a couple
club?
PXGs. Yeah, and we had a couple
All right.
PXG swag out there. Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Yes, we did.
So PXG Minneapolis is a golfer's paradise. two different clubs to look at. The Gen 4 clubs are the best clubs that PXG has ever made, which is saying something. And then the 0 to 11 clubs, also a full line of high-performance clubs, packed with PXG technology, priced a little bit more within reach. So wherever your game is at, even if you just want to look good with some of the spring-summer apparel that just arrived, check them out at PXG Minneapolis in Southdale Center and find out more at pxg.com/Minneapolis. I got to throw this Twins one out here. Saturday, I'm just trying to think back. I've been watching baseball I'm 36. I remember watching baseball for the first time in like 1990. And so I've consciously been a baseball fan for over 30 years. And I'm thinking about all the great moments. I didn't watch the Kirk Gibson home run live, but I've seen it on tape a million times. I remember the Joe Carter walk-off home run to win a World Series in 93. Just so many great legendary home runs. And my statement is Miguel Sano's home run on Saturday, right up there with the greatest, most clutch home runs of all time. I don't know why Judd is so down on it. He Mr. Cold Bucket of Water on Twitter. What a great moment for the franchise, for Miguel. It erases everything that's happened so far this season. He proved all the haters wrong with that home run to win the game on Saturday. And I just feel like everyone needs to apologize now to Miguel Sano for doubting him. That's my long statement.
You know what? I've had an epiphany, Phil. You're exactly right. I'd like to apologize.
Never mind the fact that they kicked the ball around for 3 hours yesterday. And
soiled
themselves.
And the fact that the big guy, when he hit that ball off of Diekman on Saturday, put his bat down and jogged to first base, not because he thought I hit a home run, but because he thought that's a pop out. And I looked at the flags, and Phil, get this. So the wind blows sometimes, and it was blowing out to right field, and the ball got up in the jet stream, and it kept carrying. It was incredible. But you're right. The slump is done.
Hey, they won a game. It's their 7th win in a month. So
to lead to my next statement here, because I think we have I think that home run and the reaction, much more importantly, the reaction to said home run, I think serves as a moment for Sports Dad to come in here and lay the law down. Okay?
Imagine how great it must have felt for Miguel to hit that home run. That wasn't my first thought. My first thought was, wow, finally, dude. You're making $12 million. Welcome to the season, buddy. You're only buried 12 games in the standings below 500 6 weeks in. But congratulations. You found the ballpark for the first time this year. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so my statement is this from Sports Dad. And I'm talking to you people out there, okay? And you know what? If you agree with Sports Dad, that's fine. But it's still going to help you. That home run and the reaction to it was exactly what this show has been talking about for the better part of probably the last 5 to 6 months now when it comes to we settle for anything. That home run and the reaction of Minnesota fans is exactly why we don't win championships here. It's exactly why we complain and whine and moan and mock at times, but we don't demand excellence. We celebrate mediocrity. We celebrate a home run that is basically gets caught up in a jet stream. And we think, this is it. It's all turning around now. We can all go home happy. Twins win. The Twins win. Think about it. It's why we celebrate Kirk. It's why when's the last damn time that anybody, including some of the biggest critics in this town, when's the last time we demanded excellence? When's the last time that we said, you know what? The Wild won a playoff game, and that was awesome. It was really cool. Goaltender played great. Now let's see a lot more. Let's see a deep run. This is a perfect example. And I'm guilty too, probably. We're all talking about, well, if they can get past the Golden Knights, and I mean, perhaps they can. And I'm predicting they won't, but that's not the point. The point is, why don't we say, you should make a run? Why don't we say, it's about damn time that the Twins won a game and Miguel Sano hit a home run? Why is it always, this might be it, this might be the it? Why are we so Pollyanna? Ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason to be. I know you're conditioned by a lot of people who do the same jobs that we do to celebrate almost anything that's not complete abject failure. But that home run crystallized for me how we accept things and are like, that was just such a great moment. No, it wasn't. It was overdue. Phil's right.
I just tweeted, greatest, most important home runs of my lifetime. Kirk Gibson, 1988 World Series. Joe Carter, 1993 World Series. Miguel Sano, Saturday afternoon. Now, I'm reminded by the first comment, what about Kirby Puckett's home run in 91? Honestly, I thought the degree of difficulty for Sano was probably more difficult on Saturday. Just took that pitch in. I mean, Puckett pulled his. He could pull a home run. Sano went oppo, so I'm going to put Puckett fourth on that list.
Move over David Freese. Miguel Sano has a word to say. Move over David Freese.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
One more Timberwolves note here for you guys, all right? So they just blasted the Mavericks yesterday. And some of these games down the stretch, right, teams are... There's like Boston has like one starting player left. Everyone else is having surgery or injured. So like that game a couple days ago. But my statement is, I love that the Timberwolves have throttled down to end their season. And they've won a bunch of games. And yeah, they might be sort of just down the stretch, meaningless games. And ultimately they still finished, 23-49, I want to say. But I would rather see this group gel the way that it has, and Ant Edwards turn into a superstar the way that he has, and Towns be used the right way with what Chris Finch has installed as a coach, than sit and beg for more losses on the 40% chance that they could get a top 3 pick, right? So you still have like a 30 to 35% chance of keeping your pick. And the nucleus that matters showed that they can win some games and play great offensive basketball down the stretch. So I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, you beat the Pistons and the Magic and all these teams that you're supposed to lose to. I love it. I'm here for it. And I'm with Gerson Rosas. Let the basketball gods and the chips fall where they may at this point.
Yep. But the follow-up to that is be in a position to make the playoffs next year.
Yeah, get to that
take
plan.
This
get
and
to the plan.
Exactly. And if anybody says the Western Conference, you can't. You know how tough that is? That's the point.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I'm talking about, is now let's take this, and it's fine. If you win, great. But it's got a springboard. Like, it can't start. We can't be satisfied with, well, they got off to a tough start next year, and it's just the Wolves again. Like, at some point in time, let's get our expectations where they should be for sports. Like, do you think people in Boston are like, the Bruins sucked this year, wasn't that fun? But I got to all the games and I bought my Charlie Coyle jersey. No, they're not like that, ladies and gentlemen. This is a life-changing experience right now. We all need to go through it. Can I get in one more?
Oh, we have plenty of time. We have is time.
Okay. I'm going to shock you guys because as you both know, I told you during Royce's appearance on Friday, I was covering the Lynx game for the Pioneer Press on Friday night against the Phoenix Mercury. I have a WNBA statement to make, and Phil actually saw this when he went to, I believe it was the championship game against the Sparks as well. But here's my statement. This league has star players, because it does. Like, it's got some unbelievable talent. Like it's getting better and better, and the talented players are really good. It has a national TV contract, so it's taken seriously, and it should be, okay? And its officiating is a joke and an embarrassment to basketball, not women, basketball. On Friday night, you guys, with 6.8 seconds left and the Lynx up by 1, the Lynx lost the ball. And an official, I kid you not, this is not a joke, breathed into his or her whistle. But it didn't blow, it just breathed slightly. But it's triggered with a breath to stop the clock.
Oh my God.
Phoenix picks up the ball and goes down the floor. And I am watching the game in the building, and the clock is at 6.8. And Phoenix goes down the floor, and the clock is at 6.8. And Taurasi hits a 3. Somebody finally realizes we stopped the clock. They then, I'm not joking about this. This is incredible because, I mean, this league is taken seriously. They then had to go to a replay. But I found out in asking Cheryl Reeve after the game, there is no replay center. Like, they don't provide any of that. So the officials huddle around a monitor with a stopwatch and twice try to time off on a stopwatch how much time passed. They decide it's 1.1 seconds, so the shot counts, and of course the game is done then because for the most part you're not going to get a great shot off. But the point is, like, we are all in, right, on women's sports, which is cool. This league, which is really good. ESPN shows it. ABC does. And so basically the edict, and I agree with this is to be taken seriously. And you don't have a replay center. You have an official that breathed into a whistle but didn't blow it and stopped the clock. And then you're going to come back and tell me again, but this is to be taken as seriously as the NBA. Until you fix this, you got yourselves a problem that you need to fix.
I mean, how much of an extra expense is it, like, relative to all the money that the NBA and I get that the NBA is much, much more profitable in the TV deals and it's funding the WNBA, but is it that much more expensive every night to just have, like, a central hub with 2 people in a replay center somewhere? I don't know how many people it takes, I guess, but we're not talking about
let's say it's
$1 billion investment here, right?
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to pay them exactly a ton. But my point is, because what was the thing that you saw, Phil, in the championship game against the Sparks where there was a replay? Something happened.
I remember
that
something
hurt the Lynx.
Ridiculously egregious, where, like,
they were going to review a play and they didn't. Is that what it was?
I think there was a phantom foul or something happen. I don't remember the details. I just remember thinking, watching the game, oh my God, this is like the biggest game in WNBA history right now, and these officials can't live up to the moment. And Cheryl Reeve ripped the crap out of them after the game, too. Rightfully so.
Yes.
And
do your job. She was more subdued. I mean, she was upset, and she was exactly right. She eventually said they were guessing. Like, they were trying to sync up a replay to a stopwatch. They're guessing at that point. So anyway,
man.
Fix, but I mean, if you're going to do this seriously, then do it seriously, because that is a beyond embarrassing problem to have.
Amen. All right. Any final statements there? The double nap. The double nap. I mean, that is.
The double nap is legendary.
Here today.
But I couldn't have done it. So, like, you're Gretzky, because, like, I can say, oh yeah, double nap. Yeah, I could do that. No, I couldn't.
Dude, I love
the second nap. I'm done. So you are like the Gretzky of drinking right now.
I need a nap if I'm doing a power.
Well, sure, one nap, but you did 2.
I needed to.
But
that felt great.
Phil, could you have done 2 and gotten up the second time?
I don't know if I have the want to. I don't know if I have the drive for a second one. I feel
that's why he's Gretzky.
Like, for me, I feel like if we go and do some bouncing around ever on a weekend and we're drinking during the day, we either need to start at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon so that I can conk out by 9. If we start earlier, I might get you a 2 o'clock nap that takes me to 3 or 4, and then I'm ready again. If for Declan, he's gearing up to stay out till like midnight or 2 a.m. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, but to get up that quickly. But in your prime, could you have done the 2 naps and gotten up that quickly from nap 2? Because in my prime, I would have still slept till at least 11.
I'll tell you, in my prime, I didn't need a second nap, but that's a story for another day. I mean,
wow, you came after Declan.
That's okay.
I was trying to praise him.
I said no.
Just because his name is not on the show doesn't mean that we should be doing that.
He's the ampersand. Declan is the ampersand.
I'm the ampersand.
He's the glue that holds everything together.
I connect both the guys.
I've got one more statement. I've got one more. Just quickly. Matt Chapman, third baseman, Oakland Athletics. Wow. My statement is, if you want to see a clinic at third base, and I know, Josh Donaldson's really good defense. Okay. Sorry.
He blew the game yesterday.
He did. But Matt Chapman is one of the few guys in baseball fielding his position who I'd probably buy a ticket to see him do it. And that arm, like, he gets a ball hit to him, and every time, unless it was probably a guy like Buxton, he stands there and pats the ball in his glove at least once because his arm is so strong. That catch he made against the tarp right before the foul ball by Arise hit the tarp when he pinch hit on Saturday was one of the most gorgeous catches I've seen. And the A's athletically in the field, that's how you win baseball games.
See what you did there.
Thank you very much. But that's how you win baseball games.
Athletically in the field.
Yes.
The Twins, in terms of what you do to lose a baseball game, well, there's messing up a rundown. That was a pretty brilliant base running play, though. too. Like, just take it was what's his name? Jose.
Simeon.
No. Oh man, he used to play for Texas. He was the shortstop. Elvis Andrews,
And
I think.
Elvis
Was,
Andrews.
Oh, and Andrews, that's right.
yeah. And
So he was a
that was
Toronto.
very minimal contact, but it was you can't give a base runner a chance to bump and fall to the ground like that.
That is
So
super smart, though.
It was.
It's a basketball play.
It was the right play. And then you had Josh Donaldson just absolutely dropping a TaylorMade out at second base and then staring at his glove and yelling at it like,
Which is the second time he's done that. The ball in Oakland that got stuck in his glove, they showed him he was staring at his glove like his glove is somehow trying to screw him over.
well, hopefully he can save up enough to get a new glove at some point. That'd be nice. And then, of course, Taylor Rogers throwing the wild pitch and having that ping pong around, like just a clown show. Just a clown show. But hey,
Yeah,
we don't need anything else. Now that Miguel Sano hit that home run on
We're
Saturday.
back, baby.
just a
I don't
blast.
think none of the rest of the season doesn't matter. He proved all the haters wrong. This team proved all the haters wrong.
Raise your standards, Minnesota. Raise your expect greatness,
Get
or
out
you'll
of-
never get it.
Get out of the way, Aaron Boone in Game 7. David Freese, you got nothing on him. Miguel Sano.
That's right.
And May 16th.
That's right. I should probably
Bill
start listing some more
Mazeroski?
of these home runs. Aaron Boone.
Maz?
That was a pretty good one. 1960.
Yeah.
I think Pujols had a big one against the Astros and like the NLCS too. I think he also had a big one. It might have been Jim Edmonds.
So
Now I'm just dating myself.
Now you're just throwing out
Yeah.
names. It might have been Babe Ruth. I'm not quite sure.
Boone, Freeze, Puckett, but again, Sano went Oppo. It's harder to go Oppo, so I
Yep.
gotta put those guys further down. All right. Hey, we're right. I think by the time people listen or watch this, I think we might be right around 20,000 total subscribers on the Purple Daily and SKOR North YouTube channel. So if you consume us that way, thank you for pushing us up to 20,000 subscribers. And we'll be back tomorrow. So for tomorrow. So I was on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin this morning. They're doing it. They're going around to all the
Look
big
at you going
markets.
national.
I know, big time. And they asked who are the three most essentially famous or walk into a restaurant and yes, sir or ma'am, where can we seat you? Like kick someone out of the booth to seat them. Famous current athletes or coaches in Minnesota. I gave them three. I want you guys to think on it and let me know who yours would be tomorrow. All right, like who are the three faces? A bunch of athletes walk up to a restaurant, and these three get a seat in a full restaurant.
Can they all be rookies?
They could be. We touched on this.
That sounds like a joke.
They
too.
were
Three
surprised by
athletes
my
walk
number
into a
one.
bar.
They were surprised by my number one. But we
I
can
bet I
maybe
know
do
what
this
they
on the show.
expect. I bet I know what they expected too.
Yep.
All right, perfect. That's
Sweet.
awesome. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Mackie and Judd, thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.